Texas to Florida.
Yeah.
But most of my life has been in Florida. My family's like originally from this area. And but man, I love Texas. Texas is an awesome place, especially Dallas area.
Yeah, it is growing.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't imagine what it's like now.
I think
Well,
both like
that's why I'm in Fort Worth.
and, I mean,
Dallas
shit, all three of you guys like JB's bringing out his notebooks.
we're
He's on mute for some reason.
Look at him trying to show off, man. I got a notebook too right here.
Hey, man, look, I got 2 of them.
I got more right here too.
Yeah, all three of you guys like are in areas that are growing like crazy.
Yeah, it's good.
Florida's growing like, and then Florida's not going to stop growing. Texas ain't going to stop growing. That Gulf Shores area that JB's at, it ain't going to stop growing.
No,
not for
JB
a while.
is a beautiful place.
Yeah, because I mean, even as the economy gets bad in other areas, that kind of makes some of these, California people and northern people, sell that property that they got for whatever and move somewhere that the dollar goes a little bit further.
Right. Yeah, because it's expensive out in California. I love California, but man, it's
like retarded. I don't get it. The gas is a little bit higher, the food's a little bit higher, all that crap, like the rent lease and stuff, or just this stupid neighborhood that I'm in, the cheapest house is probably $1.3 million, maybe. And I don't know. They shouldn't be worth more than freaking 300 at the most. It's just crazy. I told you like that video where I did for you guys when I went that Brazilian cherry floor and I went and got the the ladies from Russia and shit. That thing was that's a 3-bedroom townhome, no yard, no anything, a little 2-car garage in the alley, and it sold for 1.6 million. It blew me away. Just blew me away. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know where the money comes. Like the money comes from like they're from Canada. They were from Russia, but there's a lot of money here from just all other parts of the world. Like big time Korean money here, China money here, the Indians. Oh my God, the Indians. Like what's her name would say, the dot Indian, not the woo Indians. I mean, like they're super, super nice, but god damn, I wouldn't even call them back. All they want to do is like price. And
they own every gas station around.
Yeah, man, and it's just
sure do.
And it's just their it's a way of life for them. They don't mean no disrespect, but I'm like, dude, I ain't working for it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to argue about it. I mean, I do work, but like I do work for some of them, but they know immediately that there's no price negotiations and crap. Asians used to be really bad too, but last year, like I had some lady trying to write. I think I told Gabe I had some lady trying to write me like $125,000 check, and I was like, whoa, I'm not trying to deposit that. I said, you can give me give me a $10,000 deposit right now, and she wrote it out for $25,000, and I was like, all right, I'll take that, but and no matter what I said, it was like the money was never and she was like the go-between. She works for a whole bunch of like big money from South Korea to where money's like that's not even it.
So what is the pay rate higher out there, Brian?
No, I think my wife checked it last week for whatever fucking reason, and like a regular journeyman in the hardwood floor business, and I don't even know what it would be for painting, but like $30 to $35 an hour is considered really good pay. We do a little bit more than that, and I really try to get the guys on piecework. It's just even though they it's not subcontracting, I still like to do piecework. It's just better for them. We don't make as much profit, but it puts the not the liability, but it makes them do a better job and slow down a little bit more. Or if they do speed up, they speed up, and still there's no callbacks and none of that crap. And it's just a way that they can make more money. And a couple of the guys I tell them, was like, dude, man, get a couple more helpers, train them, instead of giving you one job a week, we'll try to set it up and give you 2 jobs a week, and you can kind of just bounce back and forth and oversee your own crews. And then you can pay them. So that's kind of the goal for those guys, which is kind of like what we're talking about tonight anyway. Hey, what's going on with you dudes? We're missing Anthony and we're missing Doug. What the hell? But
Anthony said he wasn't going to make it. Because of his granddaughter.
You guys what?
He had a baby.
Oh yeah, the grandbaby thing. Yeah, and his daughter's moving to town, and the son-in-law. I think we're supposed to do like a 3-way call or something. Because I think the son-in-law wants to go to work for him.
Yeah, that's what I heard. We had a pretty good week last week, man. We had a $10,000 week.
Nice.
So, yeah, and so pretty proud of that. Pretty happy with that. And I hired a
office manager.
Yeah, so it's my sister, but
Hell yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
You know what I mean? She's definitely qualified. She's worked with me before, and she just moved back home from Oklahoma, so was looking for something anyway. I was like, come on, I've got just a thing for you. You got to help me catch up on my homework with this.
Man,
start typing shit up, right?
Yep, start typing it up. Man, I'm wearing this hat tonight just for JB.
Yeah, I like it.
JB knows what it is.
I'm pretty jealous about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all of his stuff is good, but it's and we all kind of run that same circle. Like everything that I'm teaching you guys and started doing in construction was all the same shit that we were doing in the I don't know, like personal development, motivation, leadership, all that bullshit seminar stuff that I did with the guys for a long time. Network marketing, MLMs, pyramid schemes, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's where the money is made for us. Man, because those guys have, like thousands of people at these events, and every one of them are just hungry for something. Like they just want to better their lives. So for me, it was a catch-22, man. I love the environment. I love the people, man. They want more. They want to do something. They're just, and my wife hated it because, she knew the majority of them weren't ever going to get to the big crazy dreams that they make people. They want you to write down all these multi-million-dollar dreams and all this other crap. I don't know. I still go round and round about it, trying to figure out. I don't know if there is. I don't know. It's like you want people to have the big dreams and the big goals and to do this and that, and like, and even with this, like with the contractors and stuff, it's like, man, if I sit down with any young contractor starting out and stuff, I mean, if you sit there and told him how hard it's really going to be, it's like, fuck, I'll just keep my job. And I'm like, dude, no, wait. I don't mean for you to do that. It's going to be worth it. Yeah, it's going to be worth it. So it's like, I don't know. So I think you got to give it to them in bite sizes. And I think like JB quoted me one time saying, look, man, it's always fucking 6 steps forward, 4 steps back. It's like to not warn you how much shit happens every day. There's something every effing day. God dog, there's just always something. Me and JB will call me up sometimes. Just God damn it, man. I know. I just listen to me. I know ranting about something. But like, man, like fucking. I mean, because you guys don't know, because I don't put any of my bad news on Facebook and shit. But man, I walked outside Monday morning last week and someone stole my goddamn truck, and I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah, and I was like. And it's and that's still hard to get over. And like I'm still like sick to my stomach about it.
Did you get it back?
No, not yet. Like, and I gotta wait 3 weeks before the insurance pays it out. But it's like the truck is like that. Like, man, me and that truck was like this. It's like me and my dog.
You waited like a year and a half to find that truck.
Yeah, like more than that. I looked and then it's all the fucking personal shit that you have in the truck, the paperwork, a whole bunch of shit. Like some lady gave me like 8 dozen donuts to Krispy Kreme. I'm like, motherfucker stole those. God damn it. I was never going to eat them, but man, I'll get a dozen and give them to the sales guys. Or like if I'm going to pick up material, I'll show up with a dozen donuts and the guy's like, oh man, Brian's here. It's like, so, I mean, but there's always something, whether it's fucking like 1 or 2 of your employees that you fucking think, oh man, this is the one, this is the guy that's going to make it, and they got their own fucking personal problems in life. Next thing you know, they're not coming in, or they done quit and they're moving across the country or something. And shit, what was it, JB? Like 2 years ago, one of your buddies passed away, and he was one of your main guys. There's always going to be something.
Yeah, he was the guy that actually helped me stand the company up. Yeah, and yeah, that was tough, dude.
Yeah.
And I just found his personnel paperwork. Yeah. I was going back through the folders and it was tucked away in the back, and I was like, oh man. It just tugs on you. But yeah.
But crazy. So it's always going to be something. JB's got the notebooks out. That looks good. Ryan didn't think he was going to be able to make it. He emailed me and texted me some screenshots of the stuff that he's got going on. And I think, Gabe, you've been getting your stuff, right?
Yeah, I've been putting my stuff together, and more importantly, writing it all down. And now we're actually putting systems in place. Like I said, the office manager and I were really going to start some of that stuff, and so I'm stoked about it, man.
Yeah, and it's for each of you guys is like, man, having that phone cheat sheet. I mean, even if you're not using it and writing this stuff down, I wish you were, but just being on the phone and being able to glance over there at it, it's going to remind you to ask certain questions, and it'll remind you to put a smile on your face, pull your shoulders back, stand up a little bit taller when you're on the phone because they can hear it. Like a lot of times I don't even like sitting down when I'm on the phone. I want to be up so I got a little energy, that kind of stuff, and asking the questions. And then like you got the office manager, you'll be able to slide that sheet over to your sister and kind of go through that with her. And even when she starts answering the phone, because everything's recorded and transcribed, we'll be able to go over some of that, like when she's answering the phone. But what else was like? Oh yeah, and because I think Ryan sent me the paper, the screenshots, like the pre-projects and the new project. As soon as you sign the contract or get it going, what's your next steps? Man, all that shit is just so important, having it in that notebook. I talked with I did a conference call with a guy and a girl. She's a designer, and they're not married, but they're kind of like that fucking they're in Missouri or somewhere, but they want to like the Chip and Joanne couple type thing. He's the contractor and stuff, but and we went over all that shit because you guys do everything and you've done it so many times, you don't have to think about it, you just kind of react. You've done it so many, but that doesn't do you and the company any good unless it's written down so where someone else can pick it up and use it. And that's what I was trying to tell both of these guys, and she's the main one. Like once they get that the design, and that's a whole separate company. There's the build part of it, just like with Anthony. There's the building part of it, but the design part of it, the design, the blueprints, all of that stuff, that's a whole separate business in and of itself that they should be charging for and doing. And sometimes the painters kind of do that with the the design with the colors and the color combinations and and what fabric goes with certain things and all of that. I was even telling my daughter, I said, man, if you're really going to do this, I said, get online and take some of these classes and get some kind of fake ass degree in as a designer. I said, whether you ever use it or not, you'll be able to say, yeah, I got a degree in designing. I can help you, choose the color of the floor, what's going to go with, and all of that stuff. It all makes a difference, but you got to have the systems, and then you got to start, using them. And the beginning is writing it all down, notebook, typing it out, getting it into your manual, flipping through the pages. And I suggest to every one of you right now, you've got your notebook, like JB put up the notebooks, and he's got 1 and 2. He's got one for the Taylor painting and refinishing, and he's got the Taylor cabinetry thing. Is man, I would make copies. I'd have 3 copies of each. I'd have notebooks. I'd have 3 different notebooks of each that you can always mess with and play with. You lose something, you go back at it, you're looking at it. You can hand it to the wife or to a friend. Even if you found this, what would you think? Look through this. Would this make any sense to you? So start doing that kind of stuff.
It's funny you say that because I was asking my wife. I think it was yesterday. I said, read through some of this stuff, and if I died, could you run?
Yeah, would this make sense to you?
Right. So she pointed out some things to me, and it's good.
Yeah, no, a lot, and shit, I'd sit down and have a beer with a buddy or two, and have him kind of go through it and look at it or anything. Just get more people, and that's what's good. Like if we're emailing back and forth and having this group, is everybody can kind of look at it. Gabe found that cool picture or that proposal. Remember, he made that video and we posted it. Who was that, like the floor doctor or something like that, Gabe? What was that guy's name?
Yeah, it was. And I actually saw the guy. We were there almost at the same time. So he was leaving and I was pulling up. And and so she had the folder in her hand and joked, after I, built a little bit of rapport with her, I jokingly said, I said, well, we can just make this easy and you can just kind of give me
just slide that over.
Yeah, and she did after a little while. And so that was cool. And then the next day, yesterday, we started the job and it was laying on the counter.
Yeah.
It looked nice.
Yeah.
It looked professional.
Yeah. It's like, and I told you guys, man, it's like, God damn, it was years ago now. Fuck, I'm old. But it was the same thing as like somebody else's proposal was laying there. She laid my proposal on top of his. And as I'm driving home, I'm like, fuck, she's probably going to lay 2 or 3 on top of mine. I said, I need something to stand out. And that's why I went back and started putting together that whole presentation folder with all that stuff in it. I was like, man, this ain't ever going to happen again. When Gabe sent me that video, it kind of, because was it thick or it looked like it was kind of thick? It looked like it was.
It looked like it was expensive.
Yeah.
And but worth it. And I like the way it had the color chart kind of inside the folder automatically.
Right.
Yeah, because the color chart thing made me think of the painters.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about putting mine on the back with a full color chart, maybe something like that, kind of messing with it a little bit. But definitely some ideas we can use there. But it was really nice quality and something that I'd want to also leave at the customer.
Yeah. Because I told you, it's like even if you folded it in half, I mean, you could almost have like that presentation folder that I've got, but instead of printing the stuff on, I mean, you everything that was printed on that, you could just print on the presentation folder and then have the inside pockets that you're filling up with all the good stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot, but I'm telling you, it's like I kind of moved away slowly from the presentation folder thing, only because of the internet, because of all the videos and all the content and the video testimonials and the YouTube links that we send people. I mean, like, man, when they're on the phone with these people and talking to them and sending them videos and like answering questions, I mean, by the time someone goes out there for a $75 consultation, I mean, it's really to kind of schedule it and just make sure there's no surprises. I mean, there's a lot of times we don't even go out. We just like, hey, when we get there, the first thing they're going to do is measure to make sure the square footage is what it is, and go from there. Most of the time, I mean, it's like, maybe a couple of dollars here or there difference, and usually it's in the favor of the homeowner. But because it's all sold before we get there. That's like, and that's what that's what Alex is talking about, in his $1 million offers and $1 million leads is I took a screen. I'll read it because I sent it to some of my other buddies. One part of the book, it says pro tip: be a drug dealer. It says many people make money selling drugs legally and illegally. A free drug sample is a lead magnet. We can talk about lead magnets if you guys want to. They can afford to give a hit away because once people try it, they're hooked. It's so good they come back for more. This is why we don't dilute the value of our lead magnets or give away sucky fluff. If anything, like a drug dealer, we want to give away the strongest hit first. It keeps them coming back for more. Your lead magnet is your first hit. the next one they have to pay for, be legal, be a legal drug dealer, and you'll make more money. You'll make money like one. Whatever you do, make sure it's legal. That's his little jokes. But I mean, I've been doing that for years, like the whole in the presentation world and speaking world. So when I went back into construction, that was the whole video philosophy. It was like, man, I was trying to give homeowners everything I could in advance, kind of like that drug dealer thing, man. And that's why I say it's always content. If you're running ads on Facebook, and I started to take screenshots. Some painter around here was running a Facebook ad. Man, it was horrible. Next time it'll pop up, I'm sure. Next time it does, I'm gonna screenshot it. But it was bad. It was like, man, but when you're giving that hit away, when you're giving that first rock of cocaine away, that first rock of crack, and get them hooked, it's like, oh my God, this dude's giving me all this information. He's giving me the color charts and how to pick the right colors and how to use the right, no matter, even though we're not using his, all of that crap, man. All of that shit is what sells way before they even call you. I can't stress it enough. That's why I sent you guys 15, 20, 30, I don't know how many questions I sent that are asked over and over and over again on Google. And we need to write those answers down in 1 or 2 paragraphs, because they're going to be everywhere. They're going to be on the Google Business. They're going to be on the website. We'll turn them into blogs, whatever it is. Each of those questions, even though it's typed down and written out, you're going to make a video to go along with it. The written answer will be in the description of the video that hits with the tagline. So anytime that they're typing in, because when I'm running ads for you guys, and they type in questions like, what's the best way to clean a hardwood floor? I negative keyword that shit. I don't want my ads popping up for that. But if they're typing in, what's the best way to clean hardwood floors? I want your YouTube channel video popping up for that, because that's all free, and that's how they'll eventually end up finding you like that. How do we choose the best color for exterior paint? All of that stuff. So I sent you guys all those questions. It's just more work. That's more things that you've got to get done. You've got to get this shit done. If the economy starts to tighten up, I mean, I've been getting a lot of requests for like looking for work. So because there's still always someone looking for work. Instead of 1,000 homeowners, it may be 500 homeowners, maybe 200 homeowners, but they're still looking for work. That's why it's more important that you guys are out there with that content, that you guys are out there with the ads. So I mean, I can't stress it enough. So just, you got to really tighten up and keep using, and every day you're going through all the systems that you have right now, just rereading them, sharing them with people. What can you do to make it more easy, more understandable? Make sure that you're using it on every project. I'm telling you, like when Alan up in wherever the hell he's at, country boy, Michigan, yeah. And when he does those pre-projects and the post-project forms, I mean, his business changed because he just realized how much he was spending and how much time everything was doing and what he was thinking it was going to be and what it actually ended up being. So it's just, you got to start using that stuff over and over again. So right now, like, anything you guys want to add before I throw stuff at you for next week and what you should really be doing this week?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah. I mean, I don't got nothing for JB or Ryan, but the floor guys, I mean, again, that Bona, they give you the folders for free. Yeah. And it's a lot better than, it is a lot better than that one that the one Gabe showed is great, but the Bona ones are even better.
Hey Gabe or Doug, can you get is it a PDF, or can you take pictures or do a video? And
you know what? I could probably they probably have it as a PDF.
Yeah.
But as if you're a BCC whatever, I mean, you go there. I forget what you pay. It's like $600 or something. You go there for the 4 days, and you're a member for life. And they give you like $1,200, or they used to. I don't know. When I did it, they gave you $1,200 worth of finish.
Yeah. Yeah. See if you can find that thing for us, because like you said, it probably has the Bona logo all over the place.
It has you're not exactly. I mean, but when you leave that folder.
Yeah, but you can take it somewhere and just use the whole damn thing and just take their information off and put your information on it.
True indeed. So I mean, it's probably going to be, that's probably, it'll probably be more like a $5 folder set, or $7 folder.
Yeah.
Because it's not just a folder; it's got several pages.
Yeah,
I'll get it in the group.
Yeah, man, get us a copy of it so we can all share it. Because these painter guys will use it too. Anything else? So like, so this week, really start using all the systems, man. You get in the habit of just using it, even though you know you don't have to. I know you guys don't have to. It's extra work for you because but fill the paperwork out. Write it down, type it up, put your calendar, get the docs folder on your computer, all of that stuff. Because we're moving into the whole employee thing. And so two things, when you say you're in business for yourself, when you say you're going to start your own business, all that shit, at that moment, none of the money belongs to you anymore. It all belongs to the company. Number two is you are now your first employee. You've got to set the standard for everyone to follow and come after you. The way you show up, your attitude, the way you take a shower in the morning or the night before, you don't show up stinking, and just everything. You've got to be the best employee that you would want. You cannot be some half-ass guy because you own the company and you're like whatever, like Knuckles, Gorilla Dragon Knuckles, and hire someone and then wonder why is he so fucked up. Because you're setting the example. It's kind of like being a parent, I guess. I don't know. On a scale from 1 to 10, I'm a 2 when it comes to being a parent. So I don't give parent advice. But I do give employee advice. So you've got to set the fucking standard and hold yourself to that higher standard and give them something to live up to. So right now, like this week, you really take the time, sit down, maybe with the wife, whoever it is, or by yourself. And then once you write it down, share it with people or whatever, but really start fantasizing and daydreaming about where you want your company to be in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now. All of that stuff, meaning, and I really do. I start with the money. I start with like, how much profit do you want to earn each week? And how many hours do you want to work to achieve that money? And I don't have it in my notes because I was going to save it for next week, and I probably should. God, but it's because I don't want to dampen your imagination. Because once you write down where you want the company to be in say 3 years or 5 years, how much profit you want to make each week, and I don't have you guys do that the very first week or the very first meeting like a lot of these guys do, is because at this point. We're on week 7. We've been through a lot of shit together. So now that when you sit down, it ain't going to be that it's a less desire, but it's going to be a little bit more realistic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because now knowing everything that you know about, God damn, the money, this, the that, the profit, the this, whatever. So now when you start writing down and where you want the company in 3 years, it's going to be a little bit more realistic. And that's what I want. I want more real. I don't want you to undermine yourself, but at the same time, I'm not going to be the Tony Robbins and or whatever these dudes going, man, how many mansions do you guys want to own and this and that? I'm like, dude, ain't none of you motherfuckers getting that shit. And I would walk on stage and say that because if you guys, I've got videos, you'll see them. It's like everybody does these fucking dream boards of like, and they sit around for the whole day fucking conferences. They sit around and they cut out all these mansions they're going to buy and live in, and the car they're going to drive, and the vacations they're going to go on. And I will rip that shit up. And I was like, none of you motherfuckers are going to get it. If you wanted it, you would already fucking have it. You don't have it because you don't want it bad enough. You need a fucking nightmare board. And that's the truth, because you'll hear the alarm and you'll hit the snooze button over and over again. But when you hear the fire alarm and smell the smoke, your ass gets up out of bed, no matter how good or how tired you are or how good the dream is. You get up and you take fucking action because you have to. And that's where you guys need to be. I don't want you over fucking exaggerating it, but at the same time, at this point, you realize, man, this is possible. Every one of you guys right now should realize, oh man, fuck. If I do what we've been doing these last 5 or 6 weeks, shit, man, this shit is possible. Like Les would say, it's possible. Because it is. It's a lot of fucking work. And that's where and that's where, how much profit? How much work do you want to put in? How much profit? How much work do you want to put in? Because I could have had a lot more shit than what I got, but I didn't want to put the time in. So it's up to you guys, and then we can and once we have those numbers, we can backtrack it and figure out what we need to do to be there. And it isn't ever written in stone. I mean, Anthony from in Boise, I mean, his shit probably changes every other month where he wants the company to go and what he wants to do. So that's the assignment this week. And there's a couple of things, but is really just start writing down, man. Hey, man. Okay, now, yeah, I see what's possible, man. Yeah, this is real. It ain't like the pie in the sky bullshit motivation fluff stuff. Is like Gabe just had a $10,000 week, man. He could easily turn that into a $25,000, $30,000 week easily, and then just gets consistent with it. Ryan and JB's been having some big weeks. Is every week gonna be like that? No, it's 6 steps forward, 4 steps back. But you go, oh shit, man, what if I can do this a couple more times. I can do it over here. I can do it here. I can open an office up in Tampa. I can open an office up in Tallahassee, wherever, whatever it is. So start really getting serious about, what kind of company you want and where you want it to be. Any questions about that?
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
I like it.
So the next one is there's three parts of this thing. Like, and maybe, I don't know, maybe first thing in the morning or when we get off of this call, sit down right now as we're speaking. If I told you to grab the pen and the notebook right now, write down what is it that you could offer to an employee. And you guys can answer. We'll start with whoever is ready. What as a business owner, what could you offer someone if they called right now and said, hey man, and I know I think Ryan had someone fill out the form on the website looking for work, something.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous amounts of growth.
Yeah. Growth for them or growth for you?
Growth for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So write that shit down.
Why not? If they grow, then I grow.
Yeah.
That's what I always tell all my guys, even my subs. I'm like, I set a certain amount. I tell them all that I set a certain amount. The company makes this, I make that. There's this much of materials, and then there's this much for you guys. And I said, if you work faster, save material, do whatever to save this money, whatever's left goes to you. And when the company grows, we all grow. And I said, it's more of a family than a company. I said, I need you, I need you, I need you, I need you, I need everybody, and you guys need me, and to do our parts. And it seems to go over well with all the guys. They're like, all right, cool, because I made an extra $400 this week or whatever.
Yeah.
And they like that.
Gabe, anything to add? Doug, anything to add?
I couldn't offer an employee work at this point.
Yeah.
But
It'll come.
I couldn't offer him anything at this point. That's why I don't have any.
What about you, Gabe? Because Gabe's got the subs.
Yeah. I think what I'd like to offer him is consistency. And in order to do that, I need to have my stuff together. And so, I can't be all over the place because that doesn't set a good impression. And I wouldn't want to follow anybody that didn't have it together. So when I do have all the systems in place, I think we'd be in a lot better place with more consistency. And that's what I think that's what matters, because if they can count on getting a paycheck every week, they're more likely to show up.
So I kind of screwed it up. Was like the first question is, what do you offer them right now? And then what could you offer them? So write both of those down. Like, what do you offer them? And it's got to be in the terms of them. And then the third one is, what do you want to be able to offer them? Like, if you got your company to be where it's going to be in 3 years or 5 years, what would you want to be able to offer the employees? Because that's the whole thing. Is like that's the whole. Because we need all of this shit written down and thought out, the whole employee manual and all that shit. But it's when you start to hire subs or employees, and it's everybody has a different reason. Again, it's like that whole reason why. Some of them just don't want to fucking grow. Some they don't care. And I don't know, like, and is that ain't your ideal employee? But I mean, you're gonna have different types of employees across the board, and you need to know who is what. Some guys just want to show up, work hopefully work their ass off at the end of the week, get their money, and that's it. But you're going to have to eventually get the whole system down to where, like, 2 books I gave, like the first book I gave to everybody, and I got the motherfucker written. I got the Spanish edition. Is the whole what is it? The money book of The Richest Man in Babylon on how to save money. I like As a Man Thinketh, but my whole thing was like, and you'll end up writing it down, but it's like you got to go over the whole thing, like where they're starting. Is it a subcontractor or is it this? But you've got to have the steps for growth. Like both of you just said, they can grow. But what does that mean? So it's like, okay, for these first 3 months, here's what we're doing. Blah, 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 blah. It could be the sub, or it could be someone that you're training who's just got out of high school or quit college going, hey, man, school's not for me. I learn a trade where I can support myself. So start with that person and then work it up. First 3 months, you're going to be doing this. Here's what you're going to learn. Here's how much you're going to pay. At the end of it, here's what you're going to, here's the raise that you're going to get. After that, the next 3 months, or so your first 6 months, but the next 3 months, you're going to be doing this, or maybe, but your business, your trade. Maybe it's the first 6 months, and then the next 6 months. And then after you've been here a year or a year and a half, here's what it's my job to make sure you know these things as a trainer, as a teacher, so that you'll be able to earn, because if not, they can just stay at shit. They can just stay working at Buc-ee's and get $18 an hour and not have to worry about anything. But it's better to learn a trade, because look, dude, yeah, you could go at Buc-ee's right now and get 18, or McDonald's, anywhere. They're all paying $18 an hour, it seems. But it's like, hey, man, I'm gonna start you off at 15 because you don't know anything. All you're gonna be doing is sweeping. But here's what you can do the first month, the second month, the third month. At the end of the third month, you're gonna be able to get that 17 or $18 an hour. And at the end of the year, here's what you'll be able to know. You'll learn how to be able to cut in. You'll be able to, hang the plastic. You'll be able to run all of that stuff. You've got to write that down right now, and make it worth it. So that when you're interviewing and you're talking to the employees, they see that growth. They see the potential. So, like, for me, it's always like, dude, if you want your own business, I'm the guy that's going to help you. Right here, boom. Here's what you're going to do. Blah 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 blah. Because most of them don't. It's like when we started off right now. It's like I try to get them up to the limit of the hourly pay, and then after that, it's like, hey, it's got to be piecework from now on. You got to take the reins of the horse. You got to take the responsibility. You got to be able to get it done faster, make more money for yourself, and get it done so well that we never have to go back and do touch-ups or get callbacks. And when we do, you're going back for free on your own time. And it's all of that. So that's the goal. And all of that has to be there. And then, hey, I'll help you pay, we'll get you a helper. And maybe you pay half the helper the same way you're starting right now, that say $20 an hour. You're going to pay 10, I'll pay 10. And then until he gets to this point. And then after that, he's going to be all of you. And then you'll be paying him, but you're going to be making more. All of that shit has to be written down. And you're like, oh man, you got no employees now. No shit. Don't wait till you ain't gonna get the employees unless the shit's written down and planned out right now. So yeah, I know it's a lot, but it has to be. It's done one time, and then you get to modify it forever. But that's what you need, and that's why I say start right now with that year, that 3 to 5 years, where you're gonna have the business and how you're gonna be able to make that much profit, and who you're gonna hire, so you only have to be there 10 hours a week. How many project managers, what type of office manager, all of that crap. We can work backwards and figure that number out. How many crews do you need to keep busy? How much money do you need to spend on advertising? That's what that whole $100 million leads book is about. It's all about, how much money you need to spend to keep the phone, coming in with the prime jobs. But right now, like this week, really start where you want the company to be in 3 to 5 years, and what do you offer employees right now? If they walked in the door, what could you offer? What would you have? What do you need to do? Like, right, start making some changes so it makes it more appealing to hire somebody. In the same way, if all you want to do is have subs, and I'm a firm believer in both. But if it's just subs, work it that way. What you're going to offer them, and this and that, and like, what do you expect out of your subs? And you can't have them showing up in a van with all of their logos all over it. That ain't no good. I mean, unless you want to, I wouldn't do it. I'd be wearing my shirts, my hats, and all that other shit. And then really, what do you want to be able to offer them? Offer them a better life, offer them more money, offer them the stability, offer them everything that you have right now, and what you're going to have in the 5 years, if that's what they want. Most of them don't ever want it. Because if you find that type of person, it's like, yeah, man, shit, I'll set you up in a whole different city. I'll put up some of the front money. You save up this much money. I'll save up this money. We'll move you over here, and you can have 80%. I'll take 20% forever. Like Gabe is talking about doing franchises and shit. So all of it's possible, but it starts with, like, again, writing it all down.
All right, so I want to know your honest opinion on these two positions in the company. What if we had a virtual office manager and a virtual salesman? Just somebody that answers the phone, talks them through it. They see all the videos. They see all of it. I'm not talking about AI. I'm talking about somebody that would work cheaper in a different portion of the country. Somebody that sits on a computer all day, and that's what they do.
Yeah. Keep going until you finish with your question.
Yeah. I mean,
it goes back to, like, it honestly goes back to not that it's not going to be the answer you want to hear, but it goes back to, in every group that we're in when it comes to contractors across the board, roofing, plumbing, flooring, painting, it doesn't matter. When everybody asks about the homeowner and all that other shit, we all say the same fucking thing. You get what you pay for. You hire this or that, you're gonna get that kind of shitty work. Yeah. So it never changes. So the whole VA thing, you're gonna get what you pay for. There's a lot of guys, and the one dude that the fuck's his name? I always make fun of him. He does the little videos. Pathfinder. Pathfinder. So he's like, because my brother-in-law tried it with one of his marketing and business. He to where he was doing the they had down in Nicaragua or Colombia or something. They were running all the ads, and they had the VAs down there answering the phone, setting up the appointments, and then they had all the sales guys down there, and they were all they all spoke better English than they did Spanish. Yada yada. And he does a couple of different things: real estate leads, loan leads, credit repair stuff, and I don't know. He ended up losing a lot of money, but I don't like it because the leads are too goddamn expensive and they're too fucking important. If I get if I get 3 leads, I don't want to turn it over to someone who knows where talking to them. I want that old Southern lady. I want my sister if she talks good. I mean, I like the old retired lady who used to work at the construction company, and now she's got the grandkids. She needs some extra money for Christmas gifts and all of that stuff, and she needs to get away from the husband before she wrings his neck. And if she's sitting at home answering the phone, I'm cool with that because she's been. But I
have that. It's just the sales guy that I have the office person.
Yeah,
I just need to find somebody that can do sales part time. And because instead of paying them $1,000 a week, and then they're sitting around with their thumb up their ass for a day because the phone hadn't rang and there's nothing to go do.
Because the sales or the office for me, like if Gabe hires his sister right now and she's doing the office stuff, for me, she's going to be the main salesperson for the next year to 2 years. Meaning she's going to make that relationship. She's going to be asking all the questions. She's going to have that person going to be sending over the pictures. The pictures are going to be coming to me, Gabe, somebody, and then she's going to be doing the sales because she's going to be going, oh my God, yeah, let me call Gabe, let me call Anthony, let me call Ryan, let me call Brian, whatever. Let me ask these questions. She's going to be calling back up. Yeah, blah, blah. I have just sent you over some videos, blah, blah, this and this. If you can close it and get them in, because someone's going to have to go out there. Most of you guys, someone has to go out there, really measure it up, get it, and then give them the hard numbers. But before you go over there, it's 90% already sold just because of that office manager lady. Because like my daughter right now, she does all of that. That's her thing. She's the office manager. All of it. She's office manager. She's sending me the pictures or whatever, and my brother-in-law, something else. And she'll go to the YouTube channel, find the links. And now that she's been doing it for 8 months, 9 months, all the questions are all the same. She's kind of getting the pictures. Oh, she knows the pictures. She'll double check with me just to build her confidence. But yeah, that looks like white oak. That looks like engineered hand distress, all that stuff. And then it says then she's calling back, answering the questions, sending some before and after pictures that we have, sending the videos. Hey, watch this. They've seen the video testimonials, everything. So, and then, you know, I'll go with her, or she'll go with her brother-in-law, or she'll go every now and then by herself and just, you know, do the hard measurements. And one, they fucking love her. She's a girl, you know, a 22-year-old girl doing something, that kind of thing. So the office manager is going to do 90% of the sale for the first almost 2 years. And probably even after that, because until they get so busy that they answer the phone, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to have JB, the sales rep, is going to call, and you don't want to call them sales reps, just, you know, project manager or something, but and then turn it over to him. And then what you'll find is Gabe's sister, who had been answering the phone for the last year and a half, selling jobs at least 80 to 90%, so that when Gabe gets out there, the lady's ready to sign the contract after Gabe measures it up. So you'll find that now she's answering the phone, getting some information, and handing it over to the new sales guy / project manager. So she's sending over 5 phone numbers for this dude to call back, and and one of those, out of those 5, one of them turns out to be a project. And then after that happens for a few times, you go, wait a minute, God damn it. You know, Gabe's sister was answering the phone, and out of 5 projects, 4 of them were signing up. What's the difference? You see what I'm saying? And that's when you'll find out. Yeah, that's when you'll find out the problems. But yeah, in the beginning, that office manager for me, that first year and a half, is the salesperson, because I tell you guys all the time, the sale is done before I leave the office and drive to the house.
Yeah.
The pictures, the before, the after, the videos, the this, all of the content, everything is like so when you hire a sales guy, it's almost kind of fucked up, because he ain't selling shit. You've already sold it all. I hope this is making sense. It's not as easy as I make it seem, but after a while, it is. Once you've done it over and over again, and that office lady is making the connection and building the rapport and sending these videos, sending these before and after pictures and the color consultations and oh my God, let me send you this video. It's like how the windows and the lighting, if your house is facing southeast or northwest, it's going to make a difference, because we know from painting a wall, it's the same fucking color, but depending on which light you shine on that wall, it's going to be 20 different colors. Yes. Because a buddy of mine who makes ink showed me that shit years ago.
Your undertones make a huge difference.
Yeah, he had like fucking 12 different buttons that he would click, and it's the same fucking color on this sheet of paper, but it would change every time he hit the lights, depending on what lights is coming in. That's why when we do color samples, and they're like, "Oh, can you?" I was like, "No. We're going to do color samples, but it's going to be on your floor in your house with the color of walls that you have and the lighting that you have." Because and no one ever tells them that shit. So when my daughter tells them, they're like, "Oh my God, I never thought of that. That makes so much sense." But but if you if you got videos saying that kind of shit and answering these questions, and you're sending that and say, hey, no matter who you use, this is some really important information that you need. Oh no, what do you mean who we use? We're using you guys. We're using. Well, I still need you. Watch the video, because it's really going to educate you on how to pick colors, that kind of crap. What the colors do if you have certain fabrics on certain cloths or certain drapes in your house. All of that shit, you guys know it because you live it the same way we lived it with the hardwood flooring. It's just getting that information written down on Google Business Profile, on the YouTube video, so that you can send to people. The VA, as in answering the phone, could almost work no matter who it is, as long as they're good.
Yeah.
Because for the phone, because when a new company signs up with us, we immediately buy like 10 or 12 phone numbers. So the different phone numbers are everywhere, but it all rings to the same phone. So it doesn't matter where they're at. The phone could be ringing in Louisiana, it could be ringing in Texas, but they're just answering it, Taylor Cabinetry, blah, 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 and building that and doing everything that we just talked about. So they don't have to be sitting in your office. Sometimes I like them sitting in the fucking office. I don't know why. It's like, yeah, it's just they're not distracted. They don't have the kids in the background. They, all that other shit. they're sitting there. If they're at the office, and because if they're working and you're paying them to be, it's like to be at the fucking office. I'm paying you to be there. If type up all this shit, retype it. Make these changes, make this adjustment, do this. Like brainstorm with me, everything. But if that's going to cost you $30 an hour, and they'll say, hey, I'll work from home for 20, fuck it, stay home, bitch. Answer the phone's there.
No.
just close the sale. Make the sale. Yeah. All right. What else? Anything else? The wife is waiting on me.
So is that like the going rate for office manager, $30 an hour?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
No.
JB, what's the going rate?
Mine is
500 a week is what we agreed on.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like a flat fee, 5 days a week. How many hours is she at the home, or is she at your house, or where's she at?
So I inspired her by one more. Our goal is to get another location, even if it's in our kind of metroplex area. And I told her that she would be kind of in charge of running that one. So help me build it, help me grow it. And since, franchising is the end goal, getting us to that one more, and then we'll know how to duplicate. Yeah. So there's a little incentive behind it. Plus the $500 a week works for it.
Yeah. I mean, because I guess whatever the minimum wage is in your area, but then if minimum wage is $8 and McDonald's or Walmart is paying 14 or 15, that kind of shit you got to look at. But at the same time, you could say, hey, maybe $15 an hour or whatever. But every one of these jobs that you answer and help me close, I'm going to give you 5% of that or something.
Yeah.
Because you can do that with and that's great incentive.
Yeah. See, and we did $10 a phone call and either 3 or 5%, I couldn't remember, of what she closes.
Yeah.
But I mean, she got to be paid under the table for right now because she's on disability, all that kind of good stuff. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, look, me and Doug are always okay with that, ain't we, Doug?
Yes, sir.
That's how we prefer it.
Less paperwork, the better, man.
But yeah, like, and I always say they don't have to close it. I'm just always like, help me close this. Help me get this contract. Help me get this project. Help me get to where. I mean, they want to. I mean, next thing you know, they're out there with the video with the phone, getting more videos because shit. The more videos they know they got, the more they're going to be able to help you close more projects, which means it's going to end up being more money in their pocket.
I'm sorry, JB and Gabe. Do they do the follow-ups as well? So is it $10 on a follow-up phone call or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind paying that on with old money in my area. I don't mind paying that. I don't. Gotcha. I mean, I kind of fell into the right situation to where, if the phone rings 3 times and, I got to pay $60 a day to land $10, $15, $20,000 jobs, I don't mind that.
Not at all. Not at all.
So,
I don't know. I'm still scared to let that go. If anybody's going to fumble the ball, it's going to be me. So I'm not ready to pass that baton yet.
You're not ready to do what, Gabe?
Just have someone else answer the phone and start selling the phone or the job over the phone.
Yeah,
I still want to master that because I'm still kind of learning the industry as well. So
yeah. But you could use her, like you can use your sister as a buffer. That's why that phone cheat sheet is so important. She knows the questions to ask and how to build that relationship. And she doesn't want to have the answers. Because like sometimes, like you said, you may not know the answer and you're going to have to call me or Charlie or Doug, somebody else. So, and every one of you guys should be way too fucking important to answer the phone. Period.
Wow.
Period.
Yeah.
A woman will sell you faster, Gabe,
than
a fucking man any day. I don't care what it is.
Because I want them because I want them to, because as long as you give them that cheat sheet of like ask these questions, build the relationship, find this out, have them to send the pictures, and then she'll send you the pictures. She'll ask you. She'll say, "Hey, she had all these questions." So she's going to ask you. You're either going to have the answers, or you're going to have to find out the answers. Because if she asks you questions and you don't have the answers, that just looks bad on you. But either way, by the time you get those answers through me or someone else and the pictures and all that other shit, now your sister's calling back going, "Oh man, I just got off the phone with Gabe, and yeah, you have this type of wood, this and that, and what we can do is they're going to come in and you got this different option or you got that different option and this," and they're like, "Oh my God, you knew all that just from the pictures?" Like, "Oh yeah, man, my brother is the best. You couldn't believe it." Blah, blah, blah. And he really wants to come out there and just meet with you, though. What's a good time for you? Or he has these times. He'll be in that area at this certain time. Does one of those work for you? Blah, blah, blah. So now when you show up, you're the celebrity. You're the guy who knows everything, all of that.
I think I like that idea. That sounds good. It's kind of like giving them a little time to wait,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah. And hey, Doug, you gotta get busy because you
I got it's ready.
Oh, okay. You didn't tell me it was ready.
I'm a piece of shit, Brian.
Yeah. No, hey man, you wasn't here, Doug. Doug, you got on late, man. Man, I walked out of the house Monday morning last week, man, and them motherfuckers stole my truck, bro.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man, this has been a bad week for me, real bad. It's just.
Did they find it yet or no?
No, not yet. And I don't know if they.
It's gone.
Yeah, they didn't cut it up.
Yeah, they're in Mexico. They're probably in Mexico before I woke up.
Absolutely.
It's only a 2-hour drive.
It should be a 1 hour already.
Yeah. So I've been shopping all week and waiting on the insurance company. Yeah, but I told you, something's always happening, man. You guys can call me with that shit too. JB will call me, Doug will call me, but I'm always somebody you guys can bounce shit off of.
I've had a great week of I haven't posted it, but yeah, it's definitely been a whole lot of money going out. None coming in this week.
Yeah. So all right, so I'll go in there and get that shit ready. All right, anything to get out of here?
I'm good.
That was a good meeting.
Yeah, I mean, so just keep tightening up those systems, man. Keep using those systems. Use them every day. Write down where you want the company in 3 to 5 years. Write down what you offer right now to employee, what you could offer if you tightened up the screws, but write down what you really want to be able to offer them, all the training, how much money they can make. 401k. I'm not a 401k guy. You got to read some investment books.
Fuck that.
Yeah, but you can help these guys with that kind of shit. All of that kind of stuff. Maybe some kind of savings account to where they put in money and you kind of match it, and you eventually help them get their credit straight to where in 5 years they'll have a savings and credit to where you can help them buy their first house. All of that shit. Write that kind of stuff down, man. That makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. I'll be bugging you guys through the week.
Yes,
Y'all be
sir.
safe.
All right, bro.
Thanks.
Later.